Don't forget your check-ins.
What's a check-in? Might be.
I would.
You wouldn't. You won't. That's you making all that noise.
Is it done? All right.
It's not like any specific team. It's just a bunch. So far, I don't think I've seen one team that's actually in our division, in our league.
All black, everything,
there's a
and I
list.
cross a blackbird. Riding with they diligence. Kid more than deaf if you boys really know. It's never squared up. Hold up.
Then occasionally they throw in some other people.
You know we're not muted, right?
We should be muted. I can't hear me. Why are we not muted?
We gon' run this town.
Come one, come all. Here we are over and over and over. Season 6, I got bearded, blasted. Justin Duke here in the booth with me as we see this Fresno State versus Rutgers game. What are you excited to see here tonight, bearded?
Well, we're about to see. I don't know why you keep adding the D to my name. I'll put the D on you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm excited to see if one of the triple option teams can actually get it right. So far, we've had Navy show out and get blown up. I would just like to see somebody get this triple option going.
Yeah, I mean, if we could see Rutgers execute this triple option tonight, we're going to see it real fast here as they get a good kick return for 30 yards. Oscar Odin, the new quarterback here, as Big Papi leaves to go to Louisiana Lafayette. It's going to be exciting to see him play, too.
Well, this is arguably the consensus second best option book, but it was taken first. So we're going to see what they can do with it, with Navy playing yesterday, Georgia Tech tonight, and then tomorrow night you have Air Force coming in.
Yeah, as we see the tackle there by the senior Seth Wallace. Once again, here we go. We got another option play as he fakes it to the fullback and pitches it back to. Now, I don't know who's the actual starting one back. It's either going to be Chris Baker or the last season All-American Jacoby Cobb, but it's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, Cobb's number one. Okay, yeah, so that should be fun to see these two running backs here running it as there's a freshman Baker and All-American last season Jacoby. And here we go with a pass, and he breaks that pass there. That was actually very exciting to see a pass in this formation by Tom Bradshaw getting that catch.
Don't get too excited. You won't see many of them.
Well, you got to get excited when they come.
That's what she said.
Oh, my God.
You left it open.
Juju Tidwell here with the 5-yard rush. Now, Juju Tidwell, he is a tight end playing the fullback formation in this. Now, do they have a true tight end in the triple option, or it gets
Yes.
mixed up? Okay.
So the way that the triple option works
As
in
we see
all
that
the
breaking pass. Great job, Jacoby. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good. That was a great interruption. What you see in the triple option is you will have a fullback, and this is like the double wing here. Two halfbacks, a fullback, and when
Great
there's
pitch there.
a tight end, sometimes he splits out, sometimes he's in. But you will have on the field most of the time a tight end, a fullback, and two backs.
His guy there.
Who? Oh, hey, Wire, thanks for all the subs, man. Everybody giving him a round of applause. We're almost at a hype train. Who's going to get us there?
Oscar Odin taking his first rush as a Scarlet Knight here tonight. 2 yards, taken down rightly quickly after the CSBA game. I did not realize this is a CSBA game here. As we see that
we're still on the first possession, Bronco.
Oscar Odin is throwing the ball especially very, very, very well here. I'm actually enjoying it because Big Poppy last year was a great runner. He was an okay quarterback, but not as accurate as we see Oscar Odin throwing that over there to Bravo.
So this is one of those things that the game seems to do really well sometimes. The triple option will get a lot of wide open passes because you're luring them in because the defense is thinking, oh, run, and then all of a sudden you're just dumping it over the top.
I believe that cornerback Thaddeus Guy, that's his second tackle for a loss there. So these corners are going to get some action tonight. So if you can't tackle as a corner, don't be no Deion Sanders and show up. As we see Juju Tidwell get that right up the middle there, that fullback blast.
This is, to me, the second. We have three kind of philosophies from the three triple option teams here.
3-step back. Oh my God, Thaddeus! Is that Thaddeus Guy again? Who was it? No, I apologize. Much credit is
level 4 hype train, 21%. Let's get it going. Who's gonna be that guy? Who's gonna be that guy? Or girl?
Great drive by Rutgers here, getting the 3 points because they're going to need it.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that should be that may be a elite coin bonus there.
Wow. What a return there by the former All-American Krishan Cresswell, sophomore.
43%. Let's just keep it going. Can we get to 5?
And here we go, running the right up the middle there. Great run by Quinn James to almost get that first down.
Y'all get it to 5. I'll call Cowboy out again for burning my book.
Oh, I'm going to be missing Dan Norris here. He's a senior, and he's had a great collegiate career as he gets the fake handoff right up the middle. There we go. Poor defense by Rutgers there to allow that. Dan Norris can slice and dice you up and down the field.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're at 65%. I'm going to have to call Cowboy out again. But what I was saying earlier is we have like and interrupt me if there's a big play.
Fine.
We have three big philosophy differences going in the triple option book here. You have Cowboy and Baylor, who went with the running back wide receiver as their two main running backs, and then a tight end or with two tight ends to run tight end and fullback. You have Rutgers. Rutgers is going two fullbacks, two halfbacks, two tight ends.
Yep.
And I personally went with two halfbacks, transitioned a guy to fullback, who then upgraded to become a fullback, and a single tight end. So it'll be interesting to see.
Rutgers holds Fresno, who was formerly number 4. I apologize to cut you off, but that was a big statement there. Fresno's taking this long field goal. Kudos to Rutgers. Last year they were number 14, 15 ranked, I think. And, Fresno held them to a 3-point drive there. Sorry, I apologize. Go ahead with your triple option scheme. Just wanted to give.
No, that was it. I got through it. I was just saying that there's 3 different philosophies going on here in the triple option. I don't know what.
Some are more heavy, and then it seems like some are more elusive.
Well, it's my thought on it is what I saw in my sims was the awareness hit was too much to give up. We played way better in our sims when I changed everybody to new positions, and even though we took a hit on their attributes, on some of their attributes, their awareness was a really big deal for us.
Do you think awareness is going to help or hurt the situation, I guess? Because I've never run this offense. I don't run offenses at all, actually. But as we see, the fake and the quarterback just gets demolished there. Poor Oscar Oden. But awareness... Oh, Harden's already got 5 tackles? Good for him.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of tackles for the middle of the field guys against the triple O.
I mean, that's a strong safety coming up the box every time making those tackles. So, but back to the awareness scheme as we see it pass the left field and almost intercepted there. The awareness section as we give kudos to the Fresno linebacker Seth Wallace.
20 seconds, guys. 69%. Don't give up.
The awareness, is that going to help or hurt? I mean, I always understood awareness helps in all aspects.
It should theoretically make the running back take better angles. And I saw when we shifted, because what we didn't have was every now and then the fullback would take a really big bad cut. So giving him better awareness, he tends to run the ball through the hole better and make a better decision.
I understand. I just wanted to give DJ McFadden, the freshman there, his first completion there as a Fresno State Bulldog. Welcome to the big leagues. Sorry you couldn't be home with your parents to celebrate that catch, but Danny Norris is definitely going to need a lot of view on this field tonight.
What we need to see, what I want to see here
another
is...
option play?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
What playbook did Fresno wind up going with?
They went with Wake Forest. Sorry, my apologies. West Virginia Air Raid. My apologies.
Yeah, the West Virginia book is heavier on some of the more, not generics, not the right word.
Good job by Quinn James keeping his feet in bounds earth.
That makes it 1st and 10.
It's more. It's much
really
more.
Cares about Arizona State, except Arizona State. So keep your little Pac-10 offense somewhere else, buddy. We see a completion there for a touchdown by Aki Hernandez. He's been doing that not only this season but last season. But good for him. Anderson and transaction.
This is where you run into trouble. Not necessarily right now, but what happens later on is you run into problems with the triple option books. And you got to make sure that you don't let them get too far out ahead of you, because then you get out of what the triple option wants to do and things go haywire.
What you're saying is Rutgers needs to have a dominant defense with a good offense.
Yeah, I think to successfully run the triple option, you need to have probably one of the top, at least 10. I would prefer top 8 defenses in the league, because you're going to want to burn them out and make them turn the ball over.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense as we see the fake handoff to Juju Tittle as Oscar gets owned by the linebacker there. And I want to give kudos to who was that there? Was that Coldheart, the freshman? Welcome. I thought that was a linebacker, but that cornerback is built like a linebacker. You guys need to switch him to safety, buddy.
He probably was at one point.
Yeah. As we see the option, and he breaks one tackle, gets the pitch off, and nearly gets the first down. 3rd and 1 here. Now, a triple option typically, and I'm not an offensive guy. I mean, you would hopefully simply say, let's get it right up the middle to Juju Tittle again. Or, now is this, I was listening to you, is this one of the more elusive triple option, or is this one of the more heavy set triple option teams?
This team actually went 2 halfbacks. So they've got 2 halfbacks and 2 tight ends.
Okay.
And their tight end. Oh, wait, they may only have 1 tight end. Let me look real quick.
They have 1 tight end.
Okay, so they've only got 1 tight end.
There's 2 halfbacks.
So they're going to be. That's a tough call because to me, you really want to have that fullback tight end combo because you need both of them blocking for the runs to be successful.
As we see the tackle for a loss there again by Thaddeus Guy. I think he's got 3 on the night. So I mean, Thaddeus is definitely a suit to go against this offense.
Now, when you pop out in that double wing, it doesn't matter because there's not a tight end on the field.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I played against it last night against the Navy as ECU, and we were able to successfully defeat them. But in the beginning, it was if you don't know this offense, which I don't, as we see a first down there by Rutgers offense, Juju Tidwell. Can get out of hands because I know that they came up early with a nice quick touchdown and got us worried, but it does seem what you say theoretically so that if you keep the lead, you'll be okay.
That play right there. If you go back and rewatch that play right there, they ran the triple option, fullback left, fullback went left, and they had a tight end left. They got blown up because they didn't have blocking out there, and that's either the walk-on tight end or maybe even as they get a false start, the walk-on tight end maybe giving up that block and not getting to where he's supposed to.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is all, what do you think from I mean, and these are questions I have just because it seems like you know a little bit more than I do on offense. But what do you think made everybody change from last season? Because I don't think we had any triple option last season. As we see a run up the middle by Juju Tidwell, and he goes, and he breaks it, and he goes 10-5. Touchdown, Rutgers. Wow, this Rutgers obviously seems like it's running it very, very well.
This is where Rutgers needs to go. They need to be in the middle of the field. Don't run outside because you don't have that extra guy out there to block.
Fresno last season was number 5 on run defense. So, they've been doing it, and it seems like they're just slowly breaking down that defense. But again, not to get off subject, good job there, Rutgers, keeping themselves. I mean, this is a number 15 team against a number, what's the rankings? 15-4. So kudos to Rutgers there. Fresno, I'm sure if I looked at the predictions, is voted to win.
By a lot.
Yeah,
this is the Fresno is Rutgers is the only team that received less votes to win than I did.
What do you think last season to this season made it change from everybody going air raid, spread, yada yada, to a few teams getting triple option?
Okay, so here is my theory on this. And this is what this is what I did. This is what I did. Yeah, good. No, go ahead. Finish it.
Great first quarter by both teams. We're seeing good defense, great offense, special teams. We're seeing a little bit of everything. And the one team that's surprising me, and should you, is Rutgers. But go ahead with the triple option theory.
My theory on the triple option is you have seen for 5 seasons everyone air it out. Everybody's kind of got a general idea of how to stop you from airing it out.
Yep.
There's not a lot of people. There's very few people out there with experience stopping the run.
Yeah.
Like if you can get the run going, not a lot of teams have figured out a way to really slow you down.
Wow. As we see Rutgers get that interception, and to me it didn't look like he got the foot in, but great touchdown by Gus Scott reading that comeback route, corner route.
That looks like he may be out of bounds.
I definitely think so too, but I mean,
not going to challenge it though.
I mean, Fresno seems like they're getting the shaft here. These Bulldogs are getting bullied tonight, while the Scarlet Knights are just, having not their way with it, but their luck with it. We see a run by Jacoby Cobb there.
Well, here's the key to the game. I didn't say this earlier, and I meant to. The key to the game for me is based off of the personnel. Rutgers needs to run the ball up the middle of the field. They need to keep going there.
Defensive Player of the Year, All-American Slug Stern, as I believe that was him there, and I may be, not. Another was Terry Harrison. My apologies. Slug didn't want to disrespect you there by the other linebacker, but. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it's working. It is working. They're taking Slug Stern out of the game so far, and it's only the first quarter.
Well, if you run up the middle, you force them to play your game, your strength against theirs. Whereas if you run outside, you run it into what I believe is probably, and I'm not saying this like some people are going to jump me in chat, I'm sure, but that's the weakest part of your triple option game right now is the outside because you're missing that extra blocker. I don't know what your receivers are. I have not looked at them. I haven't even planned for them yet. I play them next week. I'll let you know then. But I think the outside is the weakest part of their triple option. They need to focus on the middle. Rutgers, that should play, or Fresno, that should play to you, block up the middle, make them run outside, and beat them out.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, Thaddeus Guy has 3 tackles for a loss. And let me tell you something about Hillman here. Hillman just got a killer tackle here and almost decapitated the offensive player there at Fresno, Quinn James. And then the play before that was the punt return that went absolutely nowhere by Hellman. So Hellman is just an all-around animal tonight.
That's it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very pro Rutgers, born a Rutgers fan. As we see Quinn James just get a 1-yard rush for nothing there, pretty much. I love the Rutgers atmosphere, but Fresno last year was one of those teams that I was rooting for a little bit, and it's exciting to see a little change as we see. Oh my God, he slid for safety. He did not slide because of any other reason.
I think a lot of people didn't take into account that the caps came into play, and they're still expecting their offenses to run like they did last year, or they're trying to replicate an offense from last year. And you're not going to be able to replicate an offense from last year. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Arizona State the team that had this offense last year?
That's what I heard from the birds in the air, but yeah.
So if they're
this offense.
If they're trying to replicate an offense that a team ran last year, you have to understand. See, look, up the middle, that is where you have got to live if you're Rutgers. Stop going outside. Beat them down up the middle. Run them over the whole way, and those gaps are going to open up.
If you were to sit here and tell me Juju Tidwell was going to run as well as he is tonight, I would have said, stop talking to me. And we're going to see Jacoby Cobb do what he's been doing. And maybe he's a deflection and a distraction, but it's working right now. As we see the jet sweep, it didn't really get much, but that was fun to watch. It is cool to watch it as a not on the field because it could be annoying.
Here's the fun part about the triple option offense is the computer runs it, the Sims run it well enough that you will have maybe Juju Tidwell's the guy this week, but Cobb may be the guy next week because they're going to attack whatever part of the defense is the weakest or try to attack whatever part of the defense is the weakest.
I mean, look at this. Johnny Bravo just can't block. He may be able to catch a ball, but they need to get him back in that weight room to get those blocks because he had open green field there. Bravo, get your weight up.
This is crucial part to running this triple option offense.
Oh my God, Bravo almost got that. Good play there by. Whoa,
here's a review. Not so fast.
I mean, let's see.
So here's a crucial part to the triple option. Those wide receivers have to block, so you have to recruit guys who are ready to do that job. And speaking of recruiting, we were both going the same place. Speaking of recruiting, the CSBA has sponsored this kickoff game, and they are recruiting right now for their next season. So if you are interested in playing a little bit of hoops, head on over to the CSBA and check that out.
Yeah, I can sit here and say CSBA was a great time. I had 2 players. I had one go pro. Didn't really make it far in pro. I have a player right now over in Rutgers, and it's exciting. It's fun. It's like this, except you're a basketball player, and I'm not even good at basketball, but it's fun to see my guy do good.
Well, I mean, you're not good at football either, but that's okay.
As we see an incompletion there by Oscar Oden in the
I love about JoJo. JoJo just rolls with the punches, baby.
I mean, I can take it. Just don't get mad when I give it. But you're not like some of these sauce heads on the league that get mad.
I do when
great protection there, but Oscar Oden just loves just like risking his biscuits.
I get mad when you take my book to burn it. Cowboy, I'm looking at you. There, I called him back out. We didn't even get there.
Fresno here, they did have a pretty piss poor what would you say, pass defense last year. They were number 10. Rutgers ups the ante here, 13-10. This is not something that last season nobody would have thought this. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing, and I've noticed this a lot more with especially with like books like the A&M book, the all the Triple O books.
Yeah.
The Triple O books don't come out the gate, and Texas A&M, but there's a lot of books that don't just come out the gate firing. Like there's some books that just take a minute. Like there's several books like last year running the
patience there. Dogginham has been that silent killer. He's only got 3 catches, but each catch has been that safety pad for Dan Norris, and he's getting good protection there. My apologies. Go ahead with your triple option.
No, just lots of books. There are a lot of books that you're going to go out that first drive, and you just know you're not going to score. It's not going to happen. It just never does. And even that second drive is a low percentage score chance. What you're really looking for here is to establish a rhythm. And once that rhythm gets established, you just mess some people up.
Yeah, Dan Norris right now is just shredding up that Rutgers pass defense. Now, Rutgers pass defense again last year was piss poor, bottom of the barrel, number 12. And Fresno's passing offense was number 13. So this is actually one of these weird things because Fresno was known for their run game, and they're passing a hell of a lot. Not that they can't pass or run, but this is actually a very good Week 1 game. As we saw last night, the ECU game and also the Oregon State game. Kudos to Oregon State for getting their first franchise win as an expansion team.
Well, they've done more than Ole Miss has at this point.
Oh, man. You got to take that monkey off their back there at Ole Miss.
So here's the thing. Fresno's, in my opinion, needs to figure out how to run this ball because that is where they're more comfortable.
Yeah, as we see the check down to Dogginham. They're going to tie. Hey, I think Fresno can outsmart Rutgers. No offense to Rutgers. I think they're playing astronomically well. I believe the second half is going to tell us who's going to win this game.
Literally, it does. It's whoever scores last or the most.
Pro Rutgers, but unfortunately on paper, Fresno only lost 1 player last season, and it was a freshman defensive tackle. So they're still on pace to do what they've been doing and follow suit. Rutgers, they lost their main quarterback, their main wide receiver, their tight end who wound up going and then quitting because he had at-home issues. But Rutgers is not rebuilding, but they're definitely lost a lot of core players there. We see them run the option to perfection, and man, I love being proven wrong as we see Oscar doing what he's been Rutgers luck and Fresno unique luck right now.
Just 1 score. I wouldn't count it out just yet.
Yeah, but I don't think Rutgers scored more than 20 points than like 2 wins last season.
No, they definitely scored more than 20 a couple of times.
No, I'm just being, very facetious here as we see Rutgers. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. If it was Week 8 last year and Rutgers was playing Fresno, I'm sorry. It's just a great adjustments by Rutgers as we see this kick return, an eye for an eye. Oh my God!
Oh, he's still on. He turned around. Dude must have tried to grab him in the.
To keep stats for kick returns for players like this. It's amazing. It's great. Evan Hester is getting elected into the Hall of Fame purely off of what he did like that. And I feel like there's a lot of players out there that can do that, only that, as DJ McFadden gets that catch for 3 yards.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Do you believe that punt return and kick return yards should be implicated as stats?
They're just kind of.
You're a hater. You're a hater. The game's about field position, and you don't know what you're talking about.
They're just kind of there. I mean,
That'll make it 3rd and 1.
you could. It wouldn't be a hard stat to add.
No, I know. I'm just saying that, it's plays like that look, it changed the game dynamically. Rutgers was killing it, and then all of a sudden.
That's yet. They're 3rd and 1.
Okay, you're.
Wow. Now we're all right. We're back on track now.
Be realistic though. If Dan Norris would have took the angle outside, Most likely touchdown, Dan. Come on. Here we go with the Fresno offense as he steps back, drops into the middle there. He's not throwing it deep as Brett Havian. I need to know who this guy is here. Havian? The sophomore. Okay, no, I didn't call many Fresno games and I only watched a few, so here we go in the shotgun formation in the end zone there. Oh my! Oh, Mylanta.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how these new caps affect the league and see who actually can game plan and get those caps working in their favor.
Yeah, as we see them in shotgun here, 3 to the right. Throws it there again. 3, I mean, oh my God, I thought they were going to go for it. I was like, woo! This is I mean, to me, this is great. Smart play, get the 3 points, get ball at half, hold them on defense here. I believe Fresno gets it at half, right? Yeah, because Rutgers came out. Yeah.
Key here is hold them, though. They did not do that last time.
Yeah, but again, back to this game here. If you like basketball, if you enjoy shooting hoops, if you just maybe want to be a bench player, go. It's somewhere on the Discord here for affiliated people that CSBA. Fun, exciting. They have like 7 games a week. It's actually really fun if you have the time to do it. It's exciting.
Also, if your name is not Julian and you can actually shoot, then you should go.
Julian does not do anything. He can't shoot because he doesn't even know what recoil is. As we see Oscar Oden breaking through and then finally tackled there by Rutgers.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Rutgers, sorry. I said Rutgers and I'm stupid, even though I'm over here looking at Terry Harrison getting that tackle. As we see Juju Tidwell, I mean, this guy right now is the player of the half for me. He is the difference maker. You know, Jacoby got the touchdown, but Tidwell has not only caught the ball, but he's gone over 100 yards after that. Here we go. See, you know, when I look at that offense again, you see, I see it more of like a under the center pass. As we, he is throwing these dimes over the linebacker and under the safety, and Johnny Bravo gets another reception there. And this Rutgers offense seems like as a defense coordinator, this team's going to be annoying to play against.
Yeah, they are getting a little bit carried away trying to stop the triple option.
Do you play Rutgers or Fresno this season over there at TCU? As we see a
Rutgers
completion there. Great completion by Cobb.
I play both. I play Rutgers next week, and I play Fresno later in the year.
Yeah, so that should be an exciting schedule for TCU.
Yeah, I got some revenge. Rutgers Fresno's on the revenge tour.
Fresno's playing very soft on Rutgers, and maybe that could be hurting essentially for that triple option. As Seth Wallace is his 6th tackle tonight. Here we go, pitch outside to the right and gets stuffed there. Not today, my friend. This is my ship, and you do not come here. I
don't know if you remember or not, but Fresno got a lucky break to beat us early in the year last year.
I wouldn't call it lucky if you suck.
We're talking about TCU, not ECU. Get those first letters right.
Psych. As we see, oh my God, he's breaking tackles, gets the pitch over, and then they get the touchdown to Christopher Baker. Hey, kudos to Christopher Baker. First touchdown. Now by 10. They can go for 2 here to make it exciting, but they're not going to keep it simple. Great job by Chris Weber, and old Rutgers offense and defense there.
Legion, I am 100% toxic to Fresno State. If y'all could go 0-12 for me, or 0-11 for me, that'd be great.
0-12 sounds better because that's just a loss in the Sim League. As we see, Cresswell went from getting great returns to that. Rutgers is on fire, and Fresno State needs to walk away with at least a minimum of field goal here. We see them in the pistol formation here. Norris steps back, gets blitzed up the middle, almost intercepted there by Rutgers defense, Gus Scott.
Beard doesn't hate dog.
We're going to have twins left and right here as we see the running back to the right side of the quarterbacks. Drops back, dumps it to the check down as Gus Scott gets the tackle for a loss there. Rutgers, I mean, I love my Scarlet Knights, but man, you guys are making me proud out there. Hillman, 7 tackles, 1 for a loss. And those 7 tackles aren't just on defense. He's been playing special teams also. Here we go.
I don't even know who you are, Ray, but you are not the Beard. I am definitely 100% the Beard.
Oh my God, great run there. Great hustle, Quinn James. I totally thought that was going to be a pass, to be honest with you. So here we go. First half of the game. Exciting, different, not expecting. What do you expect? Fresno gets the ball at half. What are you thinking?
Hopefully they go in and they figure out this passing game, because they are going to have to figure this out and get their offense clicking, because right now looks like Rutgers did their homework and did their due diligence and practiced hard, and it really looks like Fresno did not. Fresno didn't put in the work and aren't doing very well. This is the opposite of last year. Last year we kind of thought Conference USA was the weak conference. And on paper they looked that way, and then to start the season they looked that way, but then middle of the season they kind of got it figured out. But right now, American Conference, we are not looking tough right now.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, Rutgers pretty much dominating the game, other than the pass game, which you don't expect much in the triple option, and then the obvious turnover by Fresno State, which was huge. It's just Rutgers, like you said, they did their homework. Fresno, there was comment I had saw in the committee of coaches where they said, hey, I don't know if Fresno's going to be good this year, and kudos to say that the coach agreed with that almost, and it's showing here as we see the kick return by Cresswell getting it. I mean, every time he's getting them field position. What is going on with this offense? I mean, they got 16 points, not horrible. Rutgers defense is doing what you told them to do. You said get good defense and then keep that offense up. And as we see in completion there to the right side.
Yeah, it's this is gonna be one of those things. This is just kind of a warning to everybody in coaching. If you coach now or if you want to coach, you have got to find your identity.
Yeah.
Don't try to take someone else's identity and make it your own. Build your own, because if you try to be somebody else, unless you have the exact same roster they did, chances are very slim that you're going to be able to recreate what they had.
Norris is getting shook there in that pocket. He's not stepping up. He's stepping to the side and keep getting into his check down, or at least trying to. And Rutgers is in Fresno's head. And they just keep playing this defense right now and run the clock as they were killing the time of possession with a great punt there by Fresno. Safeties are possible to get 2 points, and that's what they need right now. They need something.
Let's say it smells like 2.
And here we go in the long behold triple option.
This gets dangerous in the right back here.
See, this is the Fresno defense I'm used to seeing. Stop stuff. Seth Wallace is being an animal tonight with those 7 tackles, because every tackle, or at least 5 of them, has been important.
Right.
Here we go, same formation, fullback, and that's all Odin, and he gets cream pied for 22. Mike Edwards, the linebacker, the senior linebacker. Fresno's got a lot of seniors this year, and this is their year that you would think that they need to make it.
Right.
Here we go with the pitch. Jacoby. Nope, not today. Fresno showed up and said, nah. Our punter put us in good position.
No, see, this is where if you want to, if you really want to,
Emerson Spreewell. Sorry, go ahead.
If you want to run the triple option well, those pitch plays need to happen. Occasionally, you'll run a good one, where you pitch it behind the line of scrimmage, but those pitches really need to happen in front of the line of scrimmage so you're already in positive yardage, because that way you're getting something. When those pitches happen behind the line of scrimmage, a lot of times you're getting blown up as you catch it.
Speaking of positive field position, at least, here we go. Fresno at the 40. Very well can make at least a field goal here. It's a long game as we see Dan Norris under pressure. He is scared. They need to run the ball right now. I don't know what they're doing, but Quinn James needs the ball or something. And here we go, another pass. Throwing it. Wow, great play there. And here we go with the Fresno we know, Brett Tevion, number 666. That was poor tackling there. I mean, you have safety for a reason. Grayson Rain put your game up. I know you're a freshman. You can't let that happen on national TV because most coaches are going to expose you there. And I know a team that you're playing.
Who are we talking about?
You.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were talking about us or if you were talking about, like, I'm going to get exposed. I don't know.
No, meaning like, if you throw it towards him and that cover 2 or whatever, they're running the 3-3-5 here at Rutgers, so they got a few safeties, but
I'm running the 3-3-5 as well.
seems like everybody's running the 3-3-5, and it's weird. I'm running the 3-4 over at ECU, and I get a lot of hate for it, but it's been successful over there as we see a great run there.
Let me tell you about the 3-4.
You don't know nothing about us, so don't talk to me.
The 3-4 can suck it.
As we see Thaddeus Guy again getting another tackle. 5 tackles, 2 for a loss. I thought he had 3 for a loss, but that's bogus. As we see a run up the middle by Juju Tidwell to get the first down for 14 yards.
Where did I tell you was going to be successful? 10 rushes, 119 yards. Why are you not doing that every time?
I mean, they gotta stay honest. They gotta switch it up a little.
No, you don't. Up the middle. Look at that. 6 yards.
I don't know anything about Oscar Oden. I shouldn't say anything. I know minimal amount about Oscar Oden besides that he was a transfer portal boy, and I don't know how good his run game is, but it's showing. Ooh! Woo! Great tackle there as we see Mike Edwards, the senior.
He got a little bit more outside than normal, but
I'm going to talk about this defense here over at Fresno. Now they have 5 seniors on defense.
No!
As we see a fumble.
That is the worst part of the triple option. Hands down, no questions asked. The dumb pick.
Yeah. So Fresno is all in on defense this year, as not even just offense with their quarterback, as we see the triple option once again here by Rutgers, and they fake the run and pass it to the check down to get nowhere. But they're going to be losing their whole defensive line besides Slug Stern. They're going to be losing 2 out of 3 linebackers. They're going to be losing 1 corner. I mean, they're losing a lot, Fresno. This has got to be their year. As we see Oden shuffle left and almost get that completion. That was unfair there. Great defense by Fresno.
It'll force them to kick it back.
Hey, I mean, they're going to be in good field position, Rutgers. If they can continue on, they're with it. But Fresno definitely has the upper hand here.
Well, here's what you don't want to happen if you are Rutgers. You had a chokehold on this game, and I know that everybody's going to say to me, well, I think were they up by like 14 at one point?
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal. In the triple option,
just for them.
14 in the triple option, 14 points is huge because now
for a loss by Justin Johnson. Sorry.
No, I was just in the triple option. I'm gonna run the clock. There's not very many times. There's not very many times. Yeah, there's not very many times in the triple O that you're not gonna eat clock and have a lot of times majority of the time of possession.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just seeing some good plays by Fresno, some good plays by Rutgers, and it's 3rd and inches here, and this is what we need to see experience, and there's the experience. No offense to Dan Norris or the wide receivers, Quinn James, I feel like can slowly decapitate this Rutgers defense.
This just in, apparently Coach Rodria is on the sidelines, and Coach has had enough of this playbook, already calling for a change, saying this one's done, it's toast. Burning this book so nobody else can do it.
I mean, I wouldn't get rid of it. I mean, I think maybe just adjust your slides. This offense is good. They got the run. They got the pass. You can't disrespect Rutgers' defense. I mean, they're doing what they've been told to do. I mean, as you see Dan Norris there do what he does best. He slices and dices. Love Dan Norris. I remember seeing him in high school when we had the high school league. I played against him, and he was fun, man. He was exciting. I can't wait to see him in the pros here as we see a nice completion for a first down to DJ McFadden.
It'll be interesting to see here. I'm interested to see what they're already talking about. We've already seen one playbook change before a game was even played.
Yeah, that was weird.
We're fixing to see possibly a second playbook change. People are just burning books. I don't know if they're just running scared from playbooks or what. But
it's funny, and both those teams are top 5 teams that didn't win the championship.
Questionable coaching maybe.
I think I'm going to go with the coaching point. But, I don't know. I mean, they didn't lose many players. I looked at everybody's stuff. I never played Arizona State. I can tell you that. But
here's the thing, JoJo. That what they're going to say is that they beat us, but at the same time,
a good stack there. I want to repeat this play. Number 92 there came in. Dan Norris was smart. Didn't throw any kind of stupid play. Island Biggs got the sack. You're in it. You get 3 points. You're in it. But go back to your.
What I was going to say is, with the two teams that are going to call that out, say that hey, we beat you, blah 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 blah, all that good stuff. the thing is, with rosters like that, I could have let my daughter pick our sliders, and she probably could have won the league. And she doesn't know what NCAA football is.
I don't know nothing about your daughter, but I do have to say that on paper, Arizona State did do well. They just don't know what they're doing this season. Fresno, if it's truth, and I don't know that, I haven't confirmed it on my behalf, but I believe you. If Fresno's already giving up because they're quote unquote semi-losing to Rutgers.
Rodrigo, I'm not even talking about you. I'm making fun of Canes now because he can hear me and he's right here.
Whether you're making fun of Redria or Canes, I mean, these two are great teams. It's week 1. And I tell everybody, hey, talk to me like week 3 and I'll tell you who the best teams are or the better teams. But right now, you can lose week 1 and win the rest. It happens all the time.
Talk to me in week 10 when I'm 0-10 and I'm still going to tell you we're one of the best teams in the league.
I was 0-5 last season and I said we the best and somehow I turned it around, but I mean, it's all fun and games. As Oscar Oden, he's got the century mark. Rutgers came in this as an underdog, and they're showing up, and I appreciate that as a human. And Fresno probably walked into this like, this is an easy game.
Are you saying you appreciate it more as a human than you would if you were a dog?
If I was a dog, I'd bite your ass. Nah, I'm just joking. But great stop there by Fresno. They get a field goal. It's the third. It's a game. I mean, they're killing it, Fresno, and so is Rutgers. Let's give a little credit to where credit's due. Fresno come from behind. I don't know, like you said with that triple option, if they could come from behind like Fresno can.
They can. The issue isn't the come from behind. If you can keep it within 2 scores, the triple option can pound it right back in. But the thing that you're really concerned about with when you get a big lead like that is the triple option sometimes falters out when you've got a lead and give it back up.
Dog in them, they're almost getting that dog in him to get that first down as we see them in the great play by Dan Norris. Great play. Keep the drive alive. But no, I understand what you're saying. I just feel like on paper, we know that Fresno State is better, right? On paper. Rutgers.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Whoa.
Maybe.
Dan Norris is worrying me this second half with some of these selections.
I
But
think what
on
you really
paper-
got to look at is you can't
I mean, he's
like,
got time back there. What's he doing?
you can't panic right now. What you have to look at is this on paper, like you've been saying, JoJo? Should Rutgers be getting the brake speed off of them by a Fresno State team that was a top 5 team and is a top 5 team right now? Yes, on paper, theoretically, that is the truth.
Sorry, go ahead. Quinn James, great job. He needs more action. He needs more love, whether it's reception or on. But go ahead.
You don't know who's who. Like you said, we don't know. Rutgers may be one of the better teams in the league this year. They may have turned some stuff around and figured some stuff out. We don't know. You got to give it time to kind of play out and see what you have. Don't just assume just because your book is bad or it has a bad game.
What's the cap? 18 players on the team. We see a reception there, but I mean, half of Rutgers is freshmen, right? So they're clearly in a rebuild stage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, exactly half.
So,
But the other half of their team, they only have 2 upperclassmen. They have 2 juniors. The rest are sophomores and freshmen. So they're a young team that's just going to get better.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got Fresno on the other half spectrum. Higher seniors, 5 or 6 seniors. I mean, here we go. Touchdown. This is what they can do. They can come back. They can do this. They're in the lead for the first time since the first quarter. So
Now they go for 2.
yeah, I'd hope so. There they are. Going for 2.
You got to.
I mean,
They get a 7-point game.
they're playing this as like as a game management game. They're not. I don't think they're great. You know how you said they're not. Would you say they're panicking or something? I don't think they're panicking.
No, I'm just saying don't panic on the playbook. Just because the playbook doesn't work game 1, I mean, you're still trying to figure it out. It's a new playbook. My only recommendation is don't look at this playbook like in Fresno's example. Don't look at your playbook if you're Fresno and say we need to do what Arizona State did. You don't have Arizona State's roster.
I get what you're saying.
So you can't do what they did.
I agree. And it's working. Look, I mean, they're winning. Whether it's Rutgers or it's freaking Arizona State, they're winning, and they're doing a great job on it. But we still are belittling and numbing the fact that Rutgers made a lot of changes, and they're doing okay, and I think that's okay to accept that.
Oh no, I think Rutgers has done a fantastic job. They're not the same Rutgers team they were last year, and Fresno.
As we see the tackle for a loss by Jacoby Cobb, but go ahead, Seth Wallace. He is playing lights out right now.
Fresno just has to understand that. Go look back last year. When did Arizona State have the best part of their games? Arizona State had the best part of their games in the second half. So,
sorry, go ahead. My bad.
That's it. I was just saying. They ran the better part of this book is in the second half. You just don't want to get blown out in the first so that you can't come back.
No, I understand. As we say, Antoine Harding getting that tackle for a loss, I believe. It's a one-score game still. Fresno here gets a field goal, a touchdown. There's still a whole quarter. So Fresno, great job coming back. I don't believe that Rutgers is that team that could come back. Not from this score, but if roles were reversed, Rutgers was down as far as Fresno was. Like, goes to show you the difference from a freshman team to a senior team. You see the hand up off the middle to Quentin James there for 7 yards.
You just don't want to. You just want to make sure that you play inside your skill sets. Don't play outside. Maybe one day I'll get drawn too.
As we see the motion, look at that protection. I mean, Rutgers. Dan, thank you, Dan. Thank you. That's what you needed to do. You waited too long, but it worked out. As we go into the fourth quarter, hold up them fours, sign up for CSBA, and Rutgers, you're not out of it. Fresno, do not change your playbook. It's against the law.
unless you're Canes.
Canes is weird, dude. I don't even know who he is sometimes.
He reminds me of a Pepe.
As we see the tight end in motion here in the pistol formation, fakes the handoff there to Quinn James, runs to the right side as number 4 just looks at him, says, "Hey, what's your name?" And then gets the first down for 22 yards.
They must have been high school teammates.
I mean, I'll give him. I mean, that was Gus Scott. I mean, that's just unlike him. He's not stupid. He's a great player on the Rutgers team. So, who knows? Maybe he had a brain fart. We see Fresno here.
Something.
Being Fresno, they're in the shotgun formation. Passes to the left, gets the completion there to dog in him for 5 yards. Now the score difference here is simply a touchdown. Field goal, you're up by 2. Rutgers defense is leaving that slot to the right side wide open, and I'm curious how they're going to defend this as we see the completion for a first down there. Rutgers defense has been playing solid, but to sit here and say they've been playing lights out is not the truth.
Well, when both teams are on the verge of giving up 30, nobody's been playing lights out.
Quinn James, here we go. First and goal, 1 yard line. Rutgers first win of the season as Cold Heart gets 5 tackles. Kudos to you, bro. Rutgers needs to do something, and they need to do something like now, like yesterday, as Dan Norris has all the time in the world. As
this is what you don't want to have happen.
Billy Booker, the hooker, gets his touchdown. I don't believe anything besides he's a walk-on. So Dan Norris, great job there. He has too much Here we go, 41-27. Rutgers has 8 minutes here. And most Rutgers, players right now, score touchdown. Is this 4-down territory? Do you believe or no?
Not yet. Too much time left. Too much time left. At least, I mean, I probably would, but the game's not.
What?
Do what now?
I just, I'm very intrigued that Fresno State was so quick to change their playbook. You're Fresno said they're not going to win a game this season. Then,
well, Fresno also said that they were the underdogs every time they played last year.
I can't believe this just happened. Meanwhile, Fresno is about to score another touchdown. Dan Norris is who he's going to be. Slug Stern, didn't hear much of him tonight at all. Creswell played the All-American role as he has. This Rutgers defense, like I said, they've been bending, and they've been not as much breaking as we see the reception there.
The Rutgers defense is broken right now.
Right now, I agree with you on that right now they are not playing. And it's funny because, Aaron Hughes, right? He was an All-American last season. They get the touchdown there. Great job, Fresno. Come back, win. Don't change your playbook. Stop playing like Canes. You're better than Canes. Aaron Hughes, I haven't heard from him all game. He's one of the best linebackers I've seen.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, how could you be an All-American and I don't think I call his name once? And I'm not saying that he's special, magician or anything, but Rutgers right now needs to get the ball to Johnny Bravo. They need Oscar Oden to throw the ball to Tom Bradshaw something. They need to stop running. Okay, maybe not do that though.
See, this is where the triple option book starts getting hurt because now they're going to start trying to get outside of the triple option.
I get what you're saying. They're going to try and pass, which essentially that's like a non-forte of theirs. As we see the completion there, great catch. I like Johnny Bravo. I liked him last year. I like him this year. They had Carl Banks last year, so he kind of took over that wide receiver position. But Johnny Banks, to me, is their number 1 wide receiver. Sorry about that if anybody thinks differently. And here we go. I mean, these 2-step drops, Tom Bradshaw, that's his second reception, maybe? Yeah. I'm excited to say, you said, to come back from behind. If Rutgers does come back in 7 minutes, see how it happens. As we see
Be
a
interesting to
flag,
see.
the false start. This is the last thing that Rutgers needs.
Still second down.
If you were to say, right, and we're gonna theoretically speak here, on offensive Rutgers, we're going to talk about first, just because they came out first, firing on good cylinders, as we see an incompletion there. Well, a deflection by Mike Edwards. On offense, who do you think was, win or lose? Who do you think Rutgers' best player was on offense?
Probably based on, what sort I'm looking for here? Based on the
touchdowns and yards, just in general, as we see them go for it on 4th and 9, steps back and gets sacked there as they send the blitz right up the middle. Fresno State's Terry Harrison is really putting the game in his. But back to offensive Rutgers player tonight.
I have to like Juju Tidwell. I think you hand him the ball up the middle, let him do his job, and they were successful doing that, and they got away from it. And I said it early on in the game, you needed to focus on pounding it up the middle.
That A and B gap, I agree. I mean, he really did do a great job, and that would be mine. That would be my vote. So, going back to Rutgers, as we see Fresno with that first down completion on the sidelines, who do you think Fresno's best offensive capability player was? Oh my God!
It's got to be it's got to be Norris. Norris buckled down and coming out of half. Dog must have been in there and took a chunk out of his ass, and he buckled down and came out and played.
I agree with you, but Dan Norris, I was very skeptical a lot about this game as we see him do what he's been doing. I feel like if I were to pick a player, it was Dog in him. He may not get touchdowns, but he was Dan Norris's best friend. And played very well. As we see, Austin Grantley, his fifth tackle, he was a transfer last season from Virginia Tech. So he's having a good night, just an unfortunate loss. So let's shift over to Fresno State, right? They're winning. They're killing it. Great job by both teams. But Fresno State's offensive player, as we see him getting chased down there. Robert Callaway, the freshman, did his first sack. There you go. You could call mom after this game, make some signatures. But Fresno's offensive player of the game, who would you think?
Oh, that's what I was saying with Dan.
Sorry, not Fresno's offensive. Fresno's defensive, my bad.
I think he didn't do much, but I think you have to give Slug a bit of a nod because he's neutralized, but they're worried about him.
Yeah. You're pretty much saying like they put 3 blockers on him, eliminated him from the game to open up other players as you see that incompletion.
Yeah, I mean, I think they focused in on stopping him, and he allowed other players to get free and have great games.
As we see this touchdown there by Quinn James. Rutgers, you guys had a great freaking game. Don't get rid of the triple option. I really believe in it. I really do.
The problem is there's not very many options if you want to. You're going to have to change completely.
Yeah. Fresno is Fresno. We got to remember. If I remember correctly, they were in the top 4 last year, so
they were
still
like
are.
2 or 3 at one point.
They haven't changed. So Rutgers, don't get mad. If I were to pick a Fresno defensive player, right? Because you're picking, I'm picking. If I were to pick one, you said Slick Stern, which I understand why. I personally really enjoyed watching Thaddeus Guy, the cornerback, because listening to you explain the triple option, which I understood a little bit. Thaddeus Guy played that outside corner and didn't allow Jacoby or Baker or Odin to get out of there, and he had a bunch of tackles and like 6-7 tackles and like 2 or 3 tackles for a loss. So to me, I feel like Thaddeus Guy really put his tackling skills there because let's be honest. Whoa! As we almost see an interception there.
He almost threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Spraywell, Emerson Spraywell, whatever. But back to what I was saying is Thaddeus Guy last season was a great covering corner. Tonight it shows you that he's an all-around corner.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we see this? Oh my God, Cresswell too. Cresswell has to be the special teams player. I don't care what you say. Tell me that does not do. He has like 300 yards kick return and punt return. Please, Canes, Kickler, Blackpaul, can we start putting return yards into our system? Because field position is a huge part of this game. Well, I don't see them on the stat board, so all I'm saying is Fresno's in the shotgun formation, gets it to the check down on that design screen. Dog in him, which is my offensive player of the game, from your offensive player of the game, Dan Norris.
Second and 3.
Here we go.
Didn't.
3-9.
As we see the fake handoff to the middle for an incompletion there. Great defense by Rutgers. I mean, Rutgers gets a pick 6 here. Kind of exciting. There's 4 minutes left.
If.
I mean, they've been playing solid. Hear me out on the Fresno State. Do you believe that they're throwing it deep, or is it everything side to side, middle side?
They're going to expose a lot of the middle of the field, and then when you bite up, they're going to go over the top.
I mean, they don't have to go deep right now. I get that. So,
Yeah, they won't.
yeah, which is understandable. I'm just, I'm happy. You know the news you were saying about Fresno possibly changing their offense? Were you serious, or was that like a joke?
No, it was definitely posted by the head coach in the chat.
So they were at West Virginia, and now what are they changing to next week?
No, they haven't. They just said, "I've had enough of this book. Time to go to Old Faithful" or something along those lines.
Okay. So it hasn't been done.
It's
You're just
official.
saying
They were talking about it.
There was a statement made that we're changing this. I gotcha. A cold, hard, great tackle there. We just need Rutgers here to. I'm surprised they're running
Doc
guard.
says they were kidding. They're not changing.
I don't think they should. I mean, Rutgers' defense isn't. They're young. Not bad. They're playing well.
I will be interested to see what Fresno does against a better defense.
I understand that as we see the rush up the middle there. Next, who does TCU play this week, bud?
Oh, I got Tulane tomorrow, first game.
Tulane. That's going to be a tough one.
I'm going against the king, the proclaimed, not self-proclaimed, but league-proclaimed king of the triple option with a triple option.
Yeah, well, Tulane's not even good. But tonight, most importantly, we got San Diego playing tonight against Arkansas, I believe, right?
Yep, that's like San Diego State.
So I think after this game, we're going to see two good teams. One was a playoff team, other was not. Should be fun to watch. So make sure you guys all tune in, check in, sign up for CSBA. Just do what you got to do to help the league. And as we see that nice run there, 300 yards rushing, though. I mean, granted, when you run every play, no offense to Rutgers, you're going to get 300 yards, but that's still a lot. I mean, I don't care who you are.
Rutgers only has 4 more yards to go.
Do you, when you play Tulane, tomorrow, next day?
Tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, first game.
Tomorrow morning, wow. That would be crazy.
There won't be a lot of people watching.
Well, actually, I think I'm calling your game.
It'll be interesting to see. We'll see if I can do what none of the other triple option books have figured out how to do, and that's stay competitive.
I pray for you, but let's be honest. So far, 0-2. I'm going to go with the statistics, especially knowing you're going against who you're going against.
I honestly, and it's not a bash. I mean, it is a bash because I can't help it, but it is a bash. I think.
Wow.
What a
Not a
throw!
completion?
Yeah, it's gonna get challenged, but it looked like it to start.
Forget the friggin' triple option, Chris Webber.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't care. Challenge that. Dude, you got receivers.
There it is.
Boo. Boo that man. Boo.
I said it a couple of times, and everybody kind of, blew me off and said that wasn't the thing. I think if you really intend to go into one of these books, you've got to sell out, and your team's got to sell out with you. I've got a great group of guys around me. They sold out to make this triple option work, and our sims show that they've made this triple option work. To me personally, I think it's our first game, so there's going to be some kinks to iron out. We're going to have some stuff to work on. But if we can make a competitive game with the second best team in the CFSL, or the CFSL, ECFL, wrong group. If we can make a competitive game, we can make a competitive game with
This virgin ears.
You can fire me. If you can make a competitive game with, they would probably be the second best or best team. Never mind. Anyway, if you can make a competitive game with that team, running a book that you're just now learning about, and your team is just buying into, and all that, then I think that's awesome. I think that'll be a big step for us. Our sims have showed us that we have bought in the right places, and I think we've done that a little bit better. And I'm bragging on my guys because my guys came in and did what they're supposed to do.
How many people did you have to recruit?
One.
Okay. So you didn't really have to recruit people. You just kind of told people, hey, this is what we're doing.
No, but listen. Technically, yes, that's what I could have done. But they bought in. I said that if we want to do this, then
you go with a screenplay.
We got to do it. If we're going to do this, we got to do it. And when everybody said, hey, look, we just want to win, I said, okay. I said, because I'm going to go get a guy from Arkansas who's a beast at running, and I'm going to make us, without a doubt in my mind, we have the best rushing attack in the ECFL. I've got two of the best running backs in the ECFL. I converted a guy to a fullback who's going to be one of the best fullbacks in the ECFL.
I'm going to go and say that you may think that, but
no.
This game is over. Fresno just came back, annihilated Rutgers. Rutgers, don't get rid of your playbook like Fresno said they were. TCU, I hope the best for you tomorrow. Most importantly, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, Beard. Thank you, Canes. This was fun. C. Weber, everybody on the Rutgers, everybody at Red Ria, great job, for real. Watch the San Diego Arkansas game after this.